know what? Screw it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to check it out. And that is Yellowstone. Hi guys, Geeter64 here, and I'm back. Sorry for the break last week, but I was feeling a little under the weather. Still not 100%, but I'm feeling good enough to where I can at least get a video done. And this is not going to be too complicated. Pretty straightforward video. Just want to do a collection update. This is the last collection update I did was really my pickups from Black Friday. So all of this stuff is the things I've picked up since Black Friday. I did visit a used bookstore, which had a lot of really cool stuff. They had a really good selection, actually, and I want to go back and check that out once I'm feeling better. So some of that's this, some of it's pickups that are new releases, and some of them are a couple Steelbooks in here. So some exciting things that I want to share with you guys today, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a channel update after I go through the collection video. So if I'm feeling a little bit low energy, if you kind of feel that, it's just me. I'm not 100% yet. So first up is Street Fighter Steelbook. This is a new release title, and I really like this Street Fighter. I actually did watch this a couple weeks ago, and as far as video game movies go, this is the cheesiest. This is the best cheese you're gonna get with Street Fighter, and I love that they have these slips now. It protects it. You get the credits, which I talked about in the J-Cards video that I did 2 weeks ago. I'm glad that they've started doing this. Also, the back of this is so awesome. Look at that. I love it. Great art. I love this Steelbook. Next up is another Steelbook that I picked up. I did a whole video on this because I just wanted to test to see if people would be interested in doing like a whole videos on specific titles. It didn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in it, and it's not like there's a whole lot to talk about unless I really break down the special features, which unfortunately the 4K's coming out. They're really just recycled Blu-ray features unless it's a brand new release. Anything that's an older release that's coming out on 4K, you're not getting any new special features, which is kind of disappointing. So with that being the case, there's not really a reason to talk too much in depth about it, but this is one of my favorite Steelbooks, and that is the Roger Rabbit Steelbook. I was very lucky to be able to get this on pre-order the morning of its release. It ran out instantaneously, almost right after I pre-ordered it. And it's just a really great Steelbook. I love the colors. This actually is on my Steelbook wall right behind me. I took it down and put Forrest Gump up there for now. Roger Rabbit's one of my favorite movies, so I was very happy to get that Steelbook. So those are two Steelbooks that I talked about on my release videos that are brand new releases. By the way, the release video for next month is going to be released next week. So looking forward to getting that filmed and edited. Hopefully I'm back to 100% by that point. But I got another 4K pickup, and that is the Starship Troopers on 4K. Again, really good pickup here. I really like Starship Troopers. This is the 20th anniversary 4K edition. I really wish this had a Steelbook release. I think it'd look really cool, but more than that, I really wish this had the slip cover. Anytime I order a movie on Amazon, I never get the slip cover, ever. Now, Best Buy, I usually get the slip cover when I order through Best Buy, so I tend to prefer to order through Best Buy if I can, but I got this on Amazon. No slip, but it doesn't really matter. I can't wait to open this up and check it out. This is another one I got on Amazon, another 4K pickup that I've been trying to track down for a little while. Been overpriced on Amazon, but finally the price came down to a very realistic level. This is a guilty pleasure, and that is Van Helsing. Van Helsing on 4K. This is a guilty pleasure movie. This is kind of a little bit cheesy, but I don't really care. This is a movie I haven't seen in years now, so I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I'm thinking about probably saving it for Halloween, though. This is a good Halloween movie, good cheese movie, and to be honest, this is far better than Universal's attempt at their monster movies with The Mummy with Tom Cruise. So I don't care. I like it. I like it. This is a 3-pack that I picked up, and I only picked this up for one movie. And you could probably guess which movie that is. It is Blazing Saddles. This is the reason I picked it up. I wanted to get Blazing Saddles. I wanted to get the anniversary edition, but that was, for some reason, that was like $30, $40 or some nonsense like that. I got all 3 of these movies for like $13. So much better deal, and now I have Blazing Saddles. As far as the quality of these transfers, they're probably not the best. Usually they're not. When you get these like triple packs, usually you're getting bottom of the barrel transfers. But I really just wanted Blazing Saddles because, again, it's one of those movies that eventually, if the canceling of movies and actors and jokes and everything else continues to push forward, I think we're starting to get some pushback from normal people on the ridiculousness of all of that. But Blazing Saddles is one of those movies that could get tossed on the movie burning pile, and will be hard to find. So I wanted to pick it up because of that. And not only that, but the other 2 movies on here are good as well. Caddyshack's obviously a classic. Really like Caddyshack. And this has European Vacation, which I think is the weakest out of the vacation movies. I actually like the first one the best. I would say National Lampoon's Vacation is my favorite, and then I'd probably go with the Christmas Vacation, and then I'd probably even put Vegas Vacation ahead of European Vacation. On just my 2 cents. But I really hope that they actually put out a Mel Brooks collection, because I think that would be really nice. I would actually want to pick that up. Robin Hood Men in Tights is my favorite. That one's my favorite Mel Brooks movie. But yeah, I was very happy to pick this up for just $13. Next up is a TV show, which I had heard a lot of good things about, and I finally decided, you know what, screw it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to check it out, and that is Yellowstone. I got the first 3 seasons here, and I blazed through these instantaneously after getting them. Yellowstone was such a good show. I blazed through all 3 of these very, very quickly. These all have the nice slips with the special edition Dutton slip covers, which I think look really good. Now, season 4 is coming out next month, and I'll be talking about that in my release video. But season 4 doesn't seem to have one of these slips. So as far as consistency in my collection, I'm kind of disappointed with that. But I couldn't wait for the physical media to come out, so I just bought the season digitally on Amazon. Not really my preference. I don't like buying digital versions, but I needed to see what was going to happen in season 4, and so I went ahead and paid for it digitally. I still would like to buy it physically just because I want to have all of them. Although, just to be fair, season 4 is definitely the weakest out of these 4. But Yellowstone, I highly recommend it. It's like a modern day Western. The same director who did Hell or High Water, which is another movie that I liked. He also did Sicario. I'm blanking on his name, but I remember him from those movies. So, so I would highly recommend Yellowstone. If you like Sons of Anarchy, it's kind of like Sons of Anarchy Western, kind of. Now, they kind of moved away from that in the 4th season, so hopefully they can get back to that. I feel like I could do a whole video talking about the 4th season, but I got a great pickup on these for, I think it was less than $20 a piece. So that was a really good pickup. Yellowstone, man, I really love it and highly recommend it. Next up is something that I did not own. I didn't own it on DVD or Blu-ray. I've never actually owned this movie. I think I had it on VHS a long time ago, and that is Unbreakable. This is one of M. Night Shyamalan's best movies. I don't know if I would say it's his best, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely one of his best. Unbreakable. I wanted to get the Steelbook because the Steelbook did release for this, but again, it's basically impossible to find. The 4K was on sale for $13. That's a really good deal. So I'm looking forward to checking this out again. I haven't seen it in a while. What is your guys' favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie? Because I don't know if I have a favorite. I don't know if I could narrow it down a favorite. Unbreakable, I'd say Unbreakable might be my favorite. It would either be that. I really like Signs and Sixth Sense. Those are my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies. Worst, Avatar: The Last Airbender by leaps and bounds. That's a terrible, not only is it a terrible movie, it's a terrible rendition of a great animated show. But Unbreakable, looking forward to checking this out. Again, no slip because I ordered it through Amazon. Amazon, can you please send me a slip? Come on. Now, the rest of these are pickups that I got at that used bookstore, and I probably could have picked up more, but I was being a little bit picky with some of the things I was picking up in the hopes of going back to really I didn't have a whole lot of time to really browse as much as I wanted to, so I'll probably will go back. And that what I got was Sherlock Holmes, and this had the slip. I got a used Blu-ray from a used bookstore, and it had the slip. But Amazon, you can't give me a slip. But yes, this is the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. This is the first one. I did own this, but it's one of those movies that I loaned out, and I don't think I ever got it back. Either that, or I just misplaced it. I did a lot of moves back at one point, and there are a few that I misplaced, but most of them I'm pretty sure got loaned out and never got back. But I found the second one, so I have had the second one for years now, but I couldn't find my first one. But now I got the first one and the second one, and my used version that I bought has a slip, and the one I got at the Walmart dollar bin did not have one. So anyway, the Sherlock Holmes movies, they're all right. I think that they're worth picking up on the cheap. I only paid $2.50 for this. $2.50, and then included the slip. Discs are in really good shape, and I haven't seen it in a while, so looking forward to checking that out. Next is Ben Affleck as a superhero that's not Batman, and that is Daredevil. Yes, I got Daredevil. Now, a lot of people really love to hate on this thing. This is the director's cut, by the way, and I'll comment on that here in a second. A lot of people really love to hate on Daredevil, but you know what? If you like Sony's Venom, one or the second one, this is basically what the same style as Sony's Venom is. This is like early 2000s comic book movie. I mean, it literally was an early 2000s comic book movie. The soundtrack reflects that. The style reflects that. So I don't think I think that if you like Venom and you want to trash the Ben Affleck Daredevil, I don't understand that. I like the director's cut of Daredevil. It's not like top tier, comic book movies by any stretch of the imagination. But I'd much rather watch this than some of the things that MCU's been putting out, like The Eternals. I didn't really care to watch. I'd honestly rather watch this than either of those things. The director's cut of this movie is a lot better than the theatrical version. I saw this movie in theaters, okay? And I walked out of the theater, I was like, that wasn't that bad. It was kind of one of those forgettable movies. But like, it was a fun enough time, Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin is pretty good in this movie. And I think the director's cut is just a lot better. It's got a whole side plot with Coolio and Matt Murdock's defending him. And it's like an extra 20-25 minutes, the side plot, as well as a few other things that are tacked in. And really, it gives more of the sense of him being a lawyer, which you don't really get a whole lot of in that original movie. And if obviously the Netflix Daredevil show is way better Daredevil than what this is. But if you like that and you've never seen this, I would recommend the director's cut at least watch once so you kind of see, the early versions of what that was. I would recommend it. I got the DVD of the director's cut a long time ago. And if you can see here, additional 30 minutes that were not in theaters. And yeah, after seeing the director's cut, I was like, this is not a bad movie. It's just not a bad movie. Is it great? No, but it's not bad. And this is a two-pack that I paid $3 for. So it's $1.50 per movie. And I didn't own either of these movies. I thought I owned one of them, but some Mark Wahlberg movies. So Mark Wahlberg, hey, Shooter, which is a really good action movie. This came out when I worked at Blockbuster, and a lot of people rented this. A lot of people liked it, and it was one of the best action movies of that year. Four Brothers is also a really good kind of drama action that I have not seen in a long time. Both of these are actually really good movies that I know for sure I'm going to watch again. So for $1.50 per movie, I couldn't pass that up at all. Now, Shooter's actually coming out with a Steelbook next month, and I'll be talking about that in my release video. So please check out my release video next week. We talk about the releases of March. But yeah, I was very happy to pick this up. Next up is a Steelbook that I picked up at a separate store that sold used movies. They do a lot of trade-ins and overstock. They primarily sell video games, but they have a pretty decent movie section. That's primarily DVDs, unfortunately. But every once in a while, you might find a good Steelbook in there. And I found Unbroken Steelbook, which I have never seen this movie. So now may be a time to check it out. Anytime I see a Steelbook, I'm going to pick it up. I got this for like $6 or $7 Really good deal for a Steelbook. Even though I haven't seen the movie, I didn't care. I liked the minimalist design in this Steelbook, and I was very happy to pick it up for as little as I did. Another Steelbook that I picked up there is Scarface. Yes, look at that. I love the red in here. Now, I picked this up a while ago. I didn't actually pick this up after Black Friday, but it was one that I picked up and never showed in a collection video, so I'm showing it now because, I don't know, it got skipped. Since it's a Steelbook, I used to keep my Steelbooks in a separate area, and when I did a collection video for when I picked this up, I did not include it. So this was a really good pickup, and I'm looking forward to checking out Scarface because it's another one I have not seen in a while, but at least I've seen it. Unbroken I still haven't seen, but I would probably rather watch Scarface again. Just saying. And my final pickup is Star Trek, and that is the Borg Fan Collective. Now, I have all of these fan collectives that they put out, but I did not own the Borg one. So I'm happy to be able to track this thing down. And you know what I got it for? Hold on one second. I got this thing for $2. I won't get too much into the episodes that are on here, but basically what these fan collectives were voted on by the community back in the day, and they put together these fan collections with different things focused on. So they had like time travel and Cleon and Borg, and I'm going to do a whole video on these fan collective DVDs because this is kind of stuff that they don't do anymore because they don't seem to care about the fans. They just don't. So this will be a video that I put together, and I'm going to be talking about the individual episodes that they chose from here, talking about the special features and just the boxes and stuff like that. I think it'll make for a pretty neat little video and some positive Star Trek because we're about to get Picard Season 2, and Star Trek is the most destroyed franchise of anything. You could argue Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones is pretty irreparably damaged, but Star Trek I think is worse. It's hard to tell. Pretty much it's a good bet that if you have a franchise and it's not already destroyed, it'll be destroyed pretty soon. Game of Thrones, Star Trek, Star Wars, Terminator. What other things we got going on? Oh, Lord of the Rings is on the horizon. That looks not very good. So, yeah, franchises being destroyed is the new way for Hollywood to go. But back when this was released, you know, they actually cared about what the fans had to say. They care about what the fans liked, and they had fans in mind when they created this kind of stuff, knowing that they were the target demographic of what they were putting out. All right, without going too much on a tangent on franchises that are being destroyed, I have some pretty positive Star Trek videos that I'm working on for next month. I may do some reviews of Picard Season 2. I might. I got away from reviews for various reasons, and I already know Picard is not going to be good. It just isn't. I've already given new Star Trek enough chances that I know what I'm going to get when I go into that. But I might give it one more chance. These franchises keep abusing me, and I still come back, and I really shouldn't. Don't give them any money if you. That's the only way that they're going to learn that they need to stop making this stuff. So anyway, without going too much on a tangent on that kind of thing, I do have a really good video that I'm working on that's positive about Star Trek, as well as the Fan Collective, which is another positive video about Star Trek. So while the people who currently run Star Trek do everything in their power to drive fans away from Star Trek and destroy their franchise, I'm going to do positive things about Star Trek and talk about the good days when Star Trek was Star Trek and not New Trek. I don't know what they call it, Dark Trek. There's not really even trekking involved, it seems like, in the new stuff. But anyway, that's my little collection video, and this video actually turned out to be at least a decent length. I was afraid it wasn't even going to be very long because my stack was not the largest. But yeah, it was good just sitting down and filming a video. I kind of missed being able to do that last week. So the things I talked about, what are some of the things you own? And have you checked out Yellowstone? Because I'd be interested to talk with somebody about what they thought about Yellowstone if they have checked it. Or did me talking about it convince you to check out the show? Because I think it's pretty good. Season 4, again, but the first 3 seasons were pretty solid, specifically the first 2, I would say. I think they'll probably regain their footing and in season 5. We'll have to wait and see. But how about Daredevil? What did you guys think about Daredevil, the director's cut? Have you ever seen it? Are you one of the people who really hates Daredevil? Do you think comparing it to Venom's not fair? And yeah, just comment below. Let me know what you think. Again, I really just want to thank everybody for checking out this video, and looking forward to doing my release video for next week. So that'll be out for you guys, and hopefully I'll be back to 100% and being able to film more and get back on to some positive projects and some stuff. So again, thank you everybody for checking this out. Thank you, subscribers. You guys are awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm D264, and I'll always tell you the truth.